and they're not in it to help people, they're in it to
Right.
profiteer. But yeah, CBD oil is the current thing, and I guess we'll be moving to a medical use first. Um, so you must have a fairly deep understanding of cannabinoids and the various uses and edibles and things like that. It helps you. What is it about it that helps you?
That brain shatter. Well, I mean, there are several things. One, I had back surgery in 2008, a cervical laminectomy, and every day has been a bad pain day since. It just, it was done to avoid me ending up in a wheelchair. His arthritis was built up along the inside of my spinal canal. I still have limited use. I can't feel my fingers on my right hand, but it's not a big deal. But it could have gotten much worse, so that was the option. And so for me, it helps with the pain level, so I can actually focus. Because if you're in chronic pain, it's hard to be creative and focus on that when um, the other side of it is mental. The depression, the anxiety, the brain chatter are all less when I'm using cannabis, which is interesting because I know other people will say, "Gosh, I smoked pot and then I couldn't stop thinking and I couldn't." It does affect everybody absolutely differently. And so, I mean, that's something that's critical to understand if it's something you're thinking about trying as a treatment.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Because it does, it can make people super paranoid. Um, some people struggle with what is the nausea, like if you've been smoking for a long, or consuming for a long time, and then every time you're not, you get stomach pains, nausea, and so forth. There's an actual medical term for it that I'm not going to look up right now, but
No, no. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's quite interesting because so I tend to smoke. So I have this chronic pain from my motorcycle injury, and the amount of prescribed medication I have to take to sleep, if I was to give it to you, you wouldn't wake up again because it's at such a high level of subduing you, anesthesing you, whatever is the
okay.
term. So, yeah, I find that I can manage my pain more effectively when I'm very busy in my mind if I start to lag. So my pain really becomes apparent at night as I'm lying in bed with nothing to do,
Mm,
or about an hour into a movie when I've been sat just absorbing something. It doesn't require me to think. I still am thinking actually, but
mm.
it doesn't require, and therefore I notice it more in those situations. Um, go on.
That's an excellent point. Thinking about that, we've been talking here for a little bit over an hour,
Mm.
and I'm fine, but an hour car ride, and I'd be like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, okay. I think, as you say, we were talking for more than an hour. We'll cut this up into little segments so you can upload and just have some content for your channel.
I appreciate that.
I'm dyslexic, so I know about that, but you're not. You've got these different approaches. So let's say creativity and neurodivergence or neurodivergent thinking. So all
Hmm.
these brain types that are labeled by society as this or that or the other. I've got this, that, and the other. You've got this, that, and the other, and yet you and I produce stuff that is. And I, I honestly, people watching, I'm not trying to blow smoke up my own backside, but I produce results hundreds of times better than people with neurotypical brains. Dyslexic thinking just seems to be a superpower. Your mental states created this situation where the pain has led you to be creative in copywriting, in arts, in the things you go after, the things you do. How would you describe, can you even describe so having got the gift, we don't know what it's like not to have the gift. It took me a long time to try and figure it out in my own mind, and I'm asking you the question now with no planning or preparation at all. Can you imagine what you would be like if things had not presented these challenges to you?